It was kind of strange because, you know, you're used to airports being way out in the middle of nowhere, and we arrived and we're like right downtown. And we get in this bus and, you know, we're kind of going through the streets, but it's really dark and you don't really know what your surroundings are.
We came to help an indigenous community that lives up in the mountains.
Welcome, guys. We're in Ecuador. Can I hear a woo? We gotta get going right now to start our tour.
We're going to be seeing so much, and when we get out to the community, everything is going to change. And so, for some of you, this might be the only time you'll ever be in Quito again. So really take everything in.
I actually worked with Free the Children and Leaders Today before Degrassi got involved, and I sort of recommended perhaps that might be a good collaboration.
If you're looking at the history of Ecuador, this is the place. This is the political center where we're at right now.
See how there's a lot of children polishing shoes. These are the children in the communities that we're hoping to keep in the community so they don't have to leave their home.
No kid should have to wander the street and look for work. They should be out and playing.
Designed for people with short legs.
I came to Ecuador basically because my experience last year in Kenya was so incredible. And when I saw what we'd be doing here, working with the indigenous people and stuff, the second they proposed it, I was in.
The minimum salary in all of Ecuador is $200 a month. All the workers here, the vast majority, like 99% of them, from the surrounding indigenous communities here.
It's a chance to do something positive, which is not something people generally get to do on trips. My idea of a vacation is kind of sitting on a beach and doing some touristy things.
So now, you want to take a picture on the equator?
Yeah.
I came in trying to tell myself not to have any expectations. It's a different country, it's a different part of the world, it's different culture.
Let's say Ecuador.
I want a land of my own. I know that when you go to a different area, it changes you forevermore. So I'm really hoping that I can, my worldview can be a little bit expanded.
That's the closest point to the sun on the Earth. Really?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We've got ages like 13 years old. Aizen's 13. And I think I'm the oldest of the cast. I'm 23. And but age has nothing to do with it. We've got a good group of really open-hearted kids here. We're all ready to make a difference.
While the community was located in this kind of central area at the valley of these huge, huge mountains.
All that you see down here is San Miguel de Pomachaca.
There are about 1,000 people in the community.
Indiana?
Come to a place like this and everyone's just willing to shake your hand, you know, introduce themselves. I mean, we go to Toronto, it's like, it's hard to get a hello in there sometimes for people, you know?
Unreal, like totally overwhelming. I love their clothes. The little ones, I'm trying to talk to them, but they're really shy. So I'm excited to see what's in store.
You guys are all in here? Cool. This right here is the kitchen where the mamas make food for all of these children. Imagine this all covered with a ceiling of straw. Smoke everywhere because there's no chimney, there's no escape for the smoke to go out.
Walls were covered in soot that you could, you know, run your finger down and, you know, it'd be black, just pitch black.
And the mamas aren't by themselves. If you notice, most of the mamas have babies strapped around their shoulders. If this is what the interior of this kitchen looks like, imagine what the lungs of the mamas might look like and what the lungs of a tiny little baby would look like.
It's pretty unbelievable that this is supposed to be a place to cook food, so we're hoping we can build them something a little better.
Let's go, people! Let's get to work!
Next to the old kitchen was where the new kitchen would be.
The dining hall and the kitchen we built was for the kids. It's only a couple meters away from the school.
The walls were already built, and so our jobs were to sand them, add new coats of primer and paint to them.
We've got this amazing system happening. It's we call it double fisting it, and it seems to be working pretty well.
Switch the roofs.
We're gonna put new roof tiles on that don't have asbestos in it.
Let's go, guys.
Put
put a chimney in the kitchen for ventilation and stuff, and dig the trenches for the water catchment system.
Hey! It wasn't him. You didn't blame him.
Basically a system that would allow the dirty water that was being used in the kitchen to be filtered out into the river rather than into the surrounding areas where it would pollute and create other problems.
Modesto and Edison keep throwing a ball at our heads, so it's going kind of slowly. This is just amazing, just how all the kids and all the parents are coming together to help out with something as simple as a kitchen, which is something that everyone has back in Canada in their own house.
This is actually the latest we've ever been in this community. I can barely see.
Just very starving and cold and dirty.
Well, we want to stay on schedule, and the goal today was to get the primer on all the walls. And I'm the tallest of the group, so they sent me to do the tops.
I don't want to leave this unfinished. I want to be able to go home every night after working here and say, all right, today we got this done. Today we are this far and we're that much closer.
I'm tired. My hands, if you can see them, are totally covered in dry paint, and I'm peeling it off, and it's just nasty. Nasty.
It's a lot of work, but I mean, this is what we came here to do.
We have a lot to do in the next 3 days.
We all pulled up in the bus to get to the market in Guamote, which is more the agricultural market.
I just saw a pig's head, and it was kind of awesome.
For me, it was just like a complete assault to every sense. Like, the smell was insane. There was people everywhere. It's so crowded. Animals all over the place.
This is how a local economy works. It's based on the bartering system. It's based on trading. The number one word to know, demasiado. Too much.
When we saw these hats, we were like, oh my god, everybody wears them, and they look so cool in them, so why don't we get some?
Which one do you like? Which one do you like?
Yes.
Ocho, man, I don't know. 2 por 12. No. 4 por 20?
32.
32.
No.
Demasiado. We haven't made a deal yet. 25. 25.
30 sale hace 50.
Demasiado.
Stage the walk away.
Demasiado.
Number one thing to use in bartering, stage the walk away.
Gracias.
Ya, deme.
They're learning.
We only had 3 days to build this kitchen, to tile it, to paint it, and paint a huge mural, which on its own was a huge project.
We want to have this globe in the middle and with the heart shape, and then we're going to have the Ecuadorian flag looping around, a Canadian flag, and then the indigenous flag. We wanted to make sure that we really had something that people could look at and understand.
This has got a lot of thought behind it.
Because I had designed it, I kind of ended up being the kind of the foreman of the project. It's a big task, but hey, miracles happen.
Carolina just took me down by the river where all the women wash their clothes.
You can definitely start seeing how the water is not the cleanest of waters. So a lot of animal excrement is in the water. It is very contaminated. A lot of the daughters also help their mamas to clean the clothes, and they're very, very young, as you can see.
How often do they have to come down here to wash clothes?
¿Cada cuánto tienen que venir aquí a lavar la ropa? Todos los días? Every day.
Washing clothes is such a small part of our lives. It's not really something that we generally think of or dwell on. And these women and their children are down there every single day for 6 hours just toiling, and it looked like really back-breaking work.
Just basically scrub until there's no more soap.
I offered to help one of the women carry her clothes back.
Grab the other corner.
Oh wow, it's really heavy.
So
she does this by herself?
Every day.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing my grip. I think so much of this experience is not only coming here to help. This is not as easy as I make it look. But also just to experience what their lives are like. You know, the girl had to go home and do her homework after. For her to even have the opportunity to do homework is so important, and that's something that we're kind of bringing to them.
We were a little bit behind, and that was the huge worry.
We really did not have enough time.
You can feel the tension. You can feel everybody's just kind of like, oh, we gotta get it done. Oh my gosh.
We are just painting, man, me and Del Mar. We need to be done 2 layers of paint by the end of tonight. This is the color. It's kind of exciting, eh?
For 2 people, me and Natty are just terrorizing. We're tearing through these walls.
I think it looks good. Compliments the roof nicely, I think.
And then we'll be able to say, all right, we got some work done today. All right, man, we'll go get started on the other wall. This wall right here is all done? Done, man, I told you.
Let me see.
Solo, come see this.
Oh!
Get it from the top to the bottom.
Exciting stuff, man.
Look at this, Natty. Look at this speed.
It's crazy.
Just getting it. It's crazy. Who are we going to impress?
Everyone.
Everything.
Exactly. Hear me.
We realized that on one of the walls we painted the wrong shade of paint that we needed.
You're not telling me that's the color you want?
Someone took the wrong color paint and just painted the entire exterior the wrong color.
And Natty and me made a mistake. Natty and me made a mistake.
Dining hall is 2 different colors. Both of them are the wrong colors. So now we have to completely redo everything a little bit, sort of.
Me and Dalmar painted that entire thing. We gave it an entire coat. The diner, that was all me and Dalmar.
You and Natty messed up.
Doesn't that look like the same color?
No, not at all.
Apparently, we had painted it the wrong color.
And we can't mix the brushes with other types of paint, or else that will happen.
Basically, we've been sent back to the brushes and told to paint around this entire school one more time.
Today, I mean, we get it done or we don't. So there's no tomorrow to come here and finish it.
We have this afternoon finish everything. So let's make this the hardest day we've ever worked in our lives.
Today is our last day on the mural, and we're all rushing to get it done.
Devin and I both discovered that we're extreme perfectionists.
Yeah, huge
And
perfectionist.
we can't really be too perfect with this.
So there's a lesson for us in there somewhere. Like, let it go.
When we went into the nursery, we got a little bit of a tour.
It was the greatest feeling in the world to be able to have all these kids just come up to you, just hug you, I'm happy you're here. But then at the same time, it's really heartbreaking.
The conditions, they're living in aren't perfect.
This is where they sleep, and apparently there's not enough beds for all of them. So I guess some of them are sleeping on the floor.
The little children, they go and actually to the bathroom outside in the grass. We heard that one of the things that they're working on is helping the kids to use the toilet and stuff. I mean, that makes a huge difference. Not playing in the same area where you're going to the bathroom.
They have parasites, and they suffer from, disease and malnutrition.
All I could think was, this is... People shouldn't have to live like this.
You want to just scoop them all up and take them to a hospital back home and give them that kind of chance, but you can't. You can only work from the ground up and start to make things happen like that, which is what we're doing.
Today, Ray and I went to meet some of the doctors that work in the community and go with them on a few house calls.
The new system that they're doing right now is preventative care.
It's much more efficient to be teaching people about prevention and about, sanitary practices in order for people not to get sick. One of the things that they were teaching the family, and specifically a little girl, was how to wash her hands.
The water was clean, obviously, in the basin before she put her hands in, but after taking her hands out,
the water was brown.
Through education, it's a very positive step towards making this a better community, and I really think that the fact that we're coming in here and providing that for them is, not only just allowing them to have a nicer kitchen, but also hopefully prevent a lot of contamination and disease.
Today we've painted the entire building. I think basically we've done coats of primer and then a couple coats of paint over that.
We have, I think, 15 more minutes at most.
This is the end of the road. We have no time left. My nerves are a little frayed right now. It's been a long day.
I spelled Miguel wrong. There's actually a U for the E.
We know that time is ticking down. We've lost our light already, so it's a little tense.
We have to get everything put back and cleaned up before night falls.
We need to get it done. Otherwise there's no point. This mural is going to be here for 25 years, and we're not going to leave them a half-finished mural because we didn't want to stay for an extra hour. It doesn't make any sense to me.
What's going to happen to you? You have woke up too soon and found the world will rain, and now your feelings have changed. Say goodbye to before.
On the last day in the community, we were kind of rushing to finish the mural, which is pretty hectic. I'm fixing the word because I made a mistake and forgot to put a U in there.
We didn't get it finished last night. We got a couple hours before the inauguration, where there's going to be hundreds of people coming to see it unveiled.
The inauguration was kind of like a grand opening for the school, and to celebrate the finishing of the construction.
And it was like a mad dash to get everything finished.
Maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours to just finish everything.
There's a lot of things to do, so yeah, I'm kind of stressed. They have exactly 20 minutes before everything starts. Panic. It's not much time, but...
Yeah, we have one more stroke.
Last stroke. Wow. My hand's shaking.
Somehow, right in the nick of time, we finished.
This is from the community to you guys with all their heart.
It's so exciting. I really want to see what everyone's faces look like when they see the mural.
This mural is for all the people of Bamachaca. We have the world coming out of a book, which represents education, and showing that through the process of education, we can all learn more about each other. Surrounding this, we've represented the partnership of Ecuador and Canada, showing that with the partnership, we can build the structure that we need for a better future. Gracias.
I like that off-the-fly symbolism of the mural.
Well, that's what it meant. I just never put it into words before.
This is probably one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever done.
The inauguration is just a big ceremony to thank us and to show the kids, look, now this year we want you to do the best that you can.
Mi casa, Canada. Ecuador en mi corazón.
I got out of bed today. Swear to God, couldn't see my face. I got out of bed today, just staring at a ghost. Oh, have you seen my ghost? Seen my ghost, seen my ghost. Oh, have you seen my ghost? Sick of those goddamn clouds.
It was just a completely rewarding experience.
The community kind of rubbed off on us. We came together as a family, and we acted as a family.
Insane. I think all of us have definitely, changed a lot.
It's all about making the choice
that will have a positive effect on the rest of the world and not just be concerned with ourselves.
I learned about the issues. I got more in touch with these things, you know what I mean? And I feel like these things changed my life.